Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Mingby and I. My name is Mandy and I'm a full-time reseller. Today is my What Sold Wednesday video for, what are we doing here? April 14th through the 20th. This might be a short video because this week was pretty bad. Starting with Mercari, I had 4 sales, which was better than the week before because I only had 1. So I guess that's a win. I'll take that. Poshmark, I had 18 sales. I did have 2 bundles over there, so that was really good. One was like a $100 bundle, and the other one was like 90, 70, I can't remember. We'll go through that. I had 1 sale on eBay. I don't know what happened there at all. The only thing I can think of, I've had quite a few returns for like fit issues, but I can't imagine that they can like punish you for that because they want you to offer returns. So I don't know if it was that. I did get a neutral feedback, which I did comment back to the person. They said that they really enjoyed their sweater. Unfortunately, they were like upset that USPS took so long to deliver it. Well, that's not on me. You know, like you should be telling that to the post office. I said something along the lines of, I'm glad that you are enjoying your sweater. Unfortunately, once the package leaves my hands, I have no control over the speed of, in which it gets delivered. But I did get it to the post office in less than 24 hours from your purchase date. Just so if someone else would be looking at my reviews, they would know, like, she did what she could. Unfortunately, it was the post office that just took longer than it should have. She hasn't changed it. She hasn't written anything, so I don't know. I still did have my 15% off coupon on eBay, so this next week that you'll see, I did up it to 18 because I was like, we got to get something going here. 1 sale an entire week on eBay? That's crazy. I don't know. And then Depop was a little bit slower too, only 6 sales, so definitely not my greatest sales week. I will say the next video that's coming out for my What Sold Wednesday, I haven't done the numbers yet. I'm filming this on Sunday the 27th, but I've had more than 1 sale on eBay and Depop was better. So hopefully this week was just some sort of like weird fluke. I don't know. Other than that, I didn't write down any other notes, so we'll just get right to it. I will scoot over here. So starting on Poshmark, this was a cabbie blazer. This sold really quickly. I thought this would probably sit for a little bit. I just picked this up at Goodwill, I think 2 weeks ago on $1.99 day. Cabbie's kind of hit or miss for me. Most of it I'll pick up. I do look up comps. If it's something pretty plain, that I'll probably pass on unless I can find a couple of them in the same size and lot them together. But this was a really cute blazer in this dark blue and black plaid, size large. And this sold for my full asking price of $50, I think in 2 days. So I was definitely excited that this one moved so quickly. I think I talked about these backpacks at some point. I got 2 Beetlejuice backpacks and 1 Harry Potter one that has sold. They came from Walmart. They were on clearance for $1. I knew I wasn't going to get much for them because I think they were only like $19, $20-ish to begin with, brand new, which they were brand new. Someone did come in and get this one for $15. There was a small flaw that I didn't notice. Like on the little peaks of his hair, it was peeling a little bit. So I do have 1 backpack left. Unfortunately, the tag wasn't on it. And I was like, why? I didn't look at it good enough. There was just like the Walmart barcode, so I couldn't put that it was new with tags. The straps and everything are still wrapped up, so I had to put new without tags, which is fine because these have both, paid for the entire haul because I only paid $3. So this one went for $15. This was from the brand Jordache. I'm not exactly sure how that's pronounced. This was a size medium and that really pretty like Y2K blue, lime green, paisley print, the baby doll, style that they're looking for. And this one did go for $25. This was a bins pickup. This is a pair of Old Navy linen blend pants. These had a tapered leg to them, a size extra large, pull-on, cropped. All Old Navy I do not pay up for. Most of it is coming from the bins or $1.99 day at Goodwill. If you've watched my videos in the past, I've talked about Old Navy. It's one of my best-selling brands. I'm mainly looking for linen pants. Those do amazing for me in like any size range. Workout wear, plus size does better. Some maxi dresses, again, plus size does better. And some tops. This Zella top I have had forever. This came in a Quick Lots box. If I had to guess, probably at least 1.5 years ago, if not more. It was an extra large, a really crisp white, just a really cute little cropped top. I'm just surprised that it's been around for this long. It's a great size. It did finally go for $32. This was the bundle sale. This one I think went for $100, and it was just a bunch of Y2K tops and one skirt. All the items in this bundle did come from the bins or the Rag House mystery box that I got a little while ago. So we're talking like at max like $2 a piece. So I probably paid like $10 into $100. I would take that all day, every day, obviously. So this was a really cool bundle. This sale kind of surprised me. I picked these up based on a couple different factors. I know not everybody's wearing skinny jeans. We're kind of hearing that it's coming back. When it comes to skinny jeans, there are a couple factors that always seem to work for me. They have that shark bite hem where it's kind of like, almost looks like it's gnawed off at the bottom, and they're a smaller size. For whatever reason, those two things together in a skinny jean normally move pretty quickly for me. These were picked up at the bins. I marked them a little bit higher, anticipating sending some, offers around $24, $25. Someone did come and get these for my full asking price of $30. Speaking of Old Navy, here's another Old Navy sale. This was just like a black pop-over peasant type top. This was an extra large, new with tags, and it did go for $18. This came from Savers. I think I paid like $11 to $14. I can't remember exactly. It's new with tags. It's a wedding dress, a size small. It had this really pretty like neckline, like a faux wrap kind of deal, a really high slit. I do not pick up every wedding dress. I'm very strategic in that. I prefer them to be new with tags. If I can find the brand with a size chart, that is even better, just because a wedding dress, you're going to need a lot of measurements. I do not want to get one that has been altered, because then you're looking at saying it's a size 8, but maybe it was altered to be like a size 6 in the hips, but an 8 at the bust. So I don't even play that game when it comes to alterations. So I pretty much stay away from wedding dresses that are not new with tags. This one took quite a while to sell. It did have a couple flaws. I think just from being hung at the store, like the bottom had a little bit of like floor dust, I guess you could call it. I wasn't going to try and just wash the bottom of the train. This could be washed pretty easily, I would imagine. I think it was just polyester. And then there was a little issue with like a little bit of the mesh in the lace that had come untacked a little bit, which would be an easy fix, especially if you're getting it altered. A person could do it themselves too. It would just take a little tack. So $48 for a wedding dress is very affordable, I think. Even if this was just going to be for, part of your ceremony or part of just the dance part of it. That's why I like picking up the wedding dresses for cheaper, so I can sell them cheaper, just so that people have more options. My other thought process with wedding dresses and bridesmaids dresses, I'm not going to go crazy. If these tariffs do stay, I think people are definitely going to be looking at sites like eBay, Poshmark for wedding dresses and bridesmaids dresses, because they are not going to want to pay that. I don't even know, we're at like 120, 140% tariff. Most dresses, if you've ever been in a wedding or have been married, those dresses are coming from China. So I think a lot of people are probably going to be looking for alternatives to buying, without the tariff amount. So I'm going to look a little bit into that when I'm at the bins, when I'm at the thrift stores, if I can get it cheap enough. Again, I'm not going to go crazy just because not everybody's looking for a wedding dress. Not everybody's looking for a bridesmaid's dress. So I don't want to get stuck with a whole bunch of them. But when it seems appropriate, I definitely will look into them and pick them up. This rails dress I've had for probably close to 2 years. I probably had it marked too high. One thing that I'm trying to remember, especially with older items, I can't remember who said it. It might have been like Mogi Beth. I think it might have been her. I can't remember how she said it. It's like something along the lines of, your item is only going to be worth that amount for so long, if that makes sense. So if this dress, if I've had it for 2 years, when I got it in liquidation, it was probably already a year old. So I should have been taking those offers when I first put it up, because that was probably when it was the most desirable. That's when I would have made the most money for it, because now this Rails new tag dress, which I don't think Rails is that big of a brand anymore. This was a size large. I only got $30 for it. I'm sure when I first listed it, I don't even know, probably like $100. And I'm sure I got decent offers and I was like, no, I want that money. So that's definitely something I'm looking at on older items, that it's probably past their time. So just take the offer. These pants sold very quickly. I want to say like within a week. I got these at the bins. They were Ink International, I think the brand is. 100% linen, a bigger size, 20W. They are black. And I've noticed that black linen pants are selling. At first I was like, I don't know if people are wearing that because it seems like counterproductive, because you'd think it would be hot to wear black in the summer, even though it's linen. But they've been selling, so I guess color isn't a huge factor when it comes to linen pants. These were also a wide leg, and they did go for $22. This was that shirt that I sewed up the underarms for, and I got $28 for this. So that was definitely a great pickup. I think I got it for $1.99 at Goodwill on clearance. So just a couple minutes for me to fix that up, and I was able to make $28. Here's the other bundle sale. It did go for $93. They did get an Old Navy blouse lot. It was 3 of them. I believe it was a size large. Maurice's, like, I don't even know what you would call it. It was almost like a cardigan that had like a high-low hem type deal. And then this hot hippie dress that I've had for so long. I thought for sure somebody would have got this. It's very cottagecore. Once again, probably had it priced too high and didn't take offers like I should have. But this person put it in a bundle. They got, let's see, 5 items for $93. I'm definitely happy with that. I hope the bundles continue. I really like that because it's a lot of items moving at one time. So hopefully bundles will continue on Poshmark. Now on to Mercari. This was a Skims like swim skirt. It was a size extra large. It looked like it was kind of like knotted, twisted in the front. I haven't heard a lot about Skims for a while. Like for a while there, it was like every whatnot seller and whoever else were doing Skims live shows and whatever, and then it was just kind of like you don't really hear about it very often. This did not have much attention at all, so I don't know if Skims kind of died down. Maybe the swimwear is not that popular and it's still like the bras and the shapewear. I have no idea. This was at my Goodwill and it made it all the way to half off day. So I don't know if people just didn't see it. The tags on Skims, if you've ever noticed, I think most of them are the same color as the fabric. So this was black, and then like the writing is also black too on the tag, so maybe people just didn't notice it. I don't know. I got it for like $2.50 and it sold for $25. Next up is Bella Doll. I don't know much about this brand. I looked up comps for this one. This was a bins pickup again. Kind of like a slip dress. I did use some keywords like Western. This was only a size small. Hemline was pretty interesting on this one as well. It was frayed, so it kind of had like a rustic look to it. It was a size small. New tags, like I said, and this one went for $40. So that was a great flip for a bins pickup. This is from the brand Joie. I don't pick up much from this brand. I think it had a time a few years ago. This one was more of like a style-based pickup. I got it at that place that everything was $1. It was new with tags. This was definitely from like a Costco, Sam's Club type deal based on the tag. It was an extra large. Looking at it, I knew I could pop in some of those keywords. I did put in Victorian, witchy, moody. Let's see, do I have anything else down here? No, those were the only ones I used, and it did go for $17. This was another great sale, bins pickup, Driftwood. I think I've only found this brand twice, and both times it was jeans. I don't know that they make anything other than jeans. They might. Very heavily embroidered on these. They were a straight leg, like a slim, I guess more of a slim jean, a size 29. These were, again, at the very bottom of a bin. I'm sure nobody looked into it because they didn't look like they had been touched, and these did go for $36. Okay, so now the one and only sale on eBay. This was from Maurice's. Let's see. Yep, this was another Maurice's sale. A Y2K top with that pink and brown that was very Y2K. It has that baby doll look to it. It had some beading. This one also had some flaws. Let's see what was wrong with it. There were some beads that were missing on one side, and then there was some fabric pilling. And this one went for $17. So all week on eBay, I made $17. So now on to Depop. This dress was, I don't know if it was homemade or not, but I picked it up from the bins. It was definitely giving me like that pinup retro vibe. It had that gingham plaid. Since there were no tags, I measured it to be about a medium. This one had 65 likes on it. So that always makes me happy when items have, a lot of attention. That makes me, think that I know what I'm doing. And this one did go for $18. Next up is the brand Scarlet Darkness. I don't know anything about the brand. The tag kind of looked witchy, so I thought I should probably look into it. Comps were not the greatest, but I knew I could put in those keywords and it'd probably sell it. I did put in for this one, dark cottagecore goth witchy milkmaid top, puff sleeve. I've had this shirt for a really long time. It's a vintage SeaWorld shirt, size extra large. This I just needed to go, and it did go for $15.50. This was from Apartment 9. I think this one, yeah. This one had a really cute bow detail on the back. It was all kind of like this black velvet. It had this mesh panel underneath the bust line, and then on the back it had the two straps and then this really cute bow that kind of held them together. This one was also an extra large, so a little bit bigger of a size, which is great. And this one did go for $17. This top I knew was going to do well, probably sell on eBay. It had over 100 likes. The sleeves on this top, absolutely phenomenal. Very Stevie Nicks, very witchy, very boho. It had like that tan cream color. It was semi-sheer. It was a ruffled bell sleeve. I couldn't ask for more. If I could get a box full of tops like this, I would be completely happy. There were a couple small spots of discoloration on this one that I couldn't get out, but the way that this kind of had, but the tones in this, you really couldn't tell just because it did kind of have like a grungy look to it anyways. And this one did go for $28. And then the last item to sell this week, another great top from the bins. This one was from Next to Love. Never heard of that before. Definitely a 90s Y2K brand. This one kind of had more of a tropical floral print to it. That halter neck strap, which is great. It had the hemline where it kind of was like high-low on the sides, cream, and that really pretty navy blue. This one was a size small, and it did go for $24. So like I said in the beginning of the video, this week was not my greatest, which is okay. Next week should be better. The following week after that, I don't know what to think. I haven't really been listing. If you've been following me on the channel, we've been doing some home renovations. It did not go the greatest. We got the flooring done. It took way longer than I was anticipating. I always forget that this house was built, I think, in the 70s, so it's had a lot of time to move and things are not even anymore, and I will not do flooring in this house again. We've done a lot of other things in this house, but flooring, I think I will leave to the professionals going forward. So needless to say, that took all of, let's see, when did we do that? Like Thursday and Friday, most of Wednesday, I was kind of doing prep work on it. So I did not have a lot of time to list. So I've just kind of been delisting, relisting from like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, I should have new listings out. I have had sales, but you know, I just haven't been putting new stuff out. I don't know if that's going to hurt sales or not. We'll see, I guess, going forward. With that being said, I did want to kind of talk about Poshmark's new, I don't even know what I want to call it. If you are not aware, I will try and pop up, if I can find it again, I'll pop up their little statement or whatever. I'm popping in to let you guys know that I filmed this before they put out their quote-unquote clarification of what they were going to be changing. So I do have the new verbiage here. I do still think that there are some questions, so I did leave most of what I said in the video. One thing I do not like about Poshmark is they are always so vague whenever they come out with these new things. I don't know what to expect with this. It's kind of giving me that whole, we're changing our pricing scheme or whatever it was. When was that? Just like this last year, maybe? Was that in January? I can't remember. When they decided it was not going to be 20% anymore. It was going to be this, you know, different tiered system. And how long did that last? A month? If that was a month, I can't even remember at this point. So I'm thinking they're going to get quite a bit of backlash. Pretty much from what I'm reading, they're trying to crack down on people delisting, relisting, which I just said I did. But I guess my question is, what is excessive? That's the word that they used. I can understand if someone is delisting, relisting their entire closet of 800 things every day or every week. That I understand. If you're doing it every 30 days, every 60 days, and only a couple here and there, that I don't understand why that would be a problem. You would think Poshmark would want their sellers to sell things. Sometimes I feel like they do things that hurt that. I mean, If I was Poshmark, obviously it's not my business. I don't know the behind the scenes. If I was Poshmark, I would look into fixing their search. I have such a hard time finding items when I'm searching for stuff. Things that are not even relevant to what I put in the search bar come up. I think that this is a way for them to push promoted listings. Personally, that's kind of what I am seeing with why they're saying you can't do this. What does it mean when they're saying they're going to crack down? Like, are they going to suspend your account? So I don't know. They definitely need to come out with some more verbiage on what they're even saying, because I feel like if you're reading any of the Facebook groups or whatever, people are just, up in arms about it. I personally am not worried about it at all. Poshmark's going to do what Poshmark wants to do. If it turns into this big thing and you can't delist, relist, well, fine, then I'll do what I'm doing. And once I get booted, then goodbye Poshmark. I don't know. So I'm not going to worry about anything until something is written in stone or something happens. I feel like this could just be like a warning thing. For the longest time, people were always saying, you're going to get in trouble if you're using a bot. I'd say probably 80% of bigger sellers on Poshmark use bots to share their closet, to delist, relist. So once again, I don't understand why Poshmark is so against all these different things that help them make money. You know what I'm saying? Unless they are going to roll out something where they have like their own service, that I could understand, and that would be why they don't want people using bots. I'm not going to think too much about it. Like I said, they're going to do what they want to do. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on it. Are you concerned about it? Do you think it's going to change anything? Do you think, it's going to be as big as some people are making it out to be? I personally don't, but you never know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to give me a like. It really helps out the channel and I really appreciate it. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.